Right, I think everyone's here. RC, you're here, right?
Yes.
Alright, we can go ahead and get started then, I guess.
Okay, so on you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lava Crow. Where we last left off, we returned to the Crimson Plateau. We had a brief sojourn uh, to a kiosk where Genevieve got some seeds that have been asked to be planted around and see what happens. Uh, and then Kitlak and Cassie went to a black market. Might have attracted the wrong attention, but Cassie definitely got some goods out of it. Meanwhile, Genevieve and Shay went to Shay's home. They met Shay's father, and Shay's heart got a little broken. And I think that's where we left off. Did I miss anything?
Don't think so.
Sounds about right.
All right, in that case, we are going to start with Shay. I believe you ended up in your bedroom just to think, sulk, somewhere along those lines.
Uh, it was kind of for the night. I believe her dad was doing something to the Spelljammer helmet.
Yes. And Genevieve, what were you going to do? I mean, it's still a few hours before the official night hours begin. Um,
I mean, she's sticking with Shay as long as Shay doesn't close her out.
right, is there anything you'd like to do while you're there? Well, as far as you can tell, the father is staring blankly into the distance before reaching for the helmet.
Mm, Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, okay. Don't want to look around. Don't want to. Just gonna stand guard in Shay's room, huh?
Eh, that works.
Okay.
She only came so that way Shay wasn't coming by herself anyway, so.
Right. Um, there is a knock on Shay's window.
Shay? Is Shay asleep? Or are we just not hearing Baldwin?
You are just not hearing me because I didn't push the door. Um, yeah, she will go peek out the window.
There's a little pixie out there. You know this pixie. Well, Shay doesn't necessarily claim to know this pixie, but you know that this is Suka.
Go away.
I mean, I really didn't expect Kitlak of all people to own a home here, but
He doesn't. Go away.
Are you looking for
It's a
Kit?
timeshare.
Are you looking for Kitlak?
well, I was following the traces, and I know Kitlak had one, and I thought Cassie had the other. Little problem of just using fairy dust. It all looks the same. So I guess you have it now, or Shay has it now instead of Cassie.
We split up for a while.
All right, are you guys still meeting back up this evening, or has that changed?
Uh, I think we'll be staying here. At least Shay and I will be staying here for a little while. Their father's doing something with the helm, So we'll be here until he finishes.
And I think that was. Shay mentioned there was a crew member she wanted to recruit. Is there someone off the list I can check off, or?
No.
Okay. Um, I will then, I guess, find the captain since they need to approve everyone and give them the updates of what I found so far, and let them know you're staying in this stone home for a bit.
Whatever.
Genevieve, what languages do you speak and read?
Hold on. Gotta find my mouse. Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Go ahead and make me a quick perception check.
Perception. What is +4? Okay. That's a 9.
Well, you see, she's writing something in Elvish while glancing at Shay, and then, okay, good luck with the late teenager, I guess. And Suka's going to fly off.
Shay, you may not want to take your frustrations out on that one. They're just trying to help. I know you're upset, but
I guess I should have just let you handle them.
do you want to talk about it? I know you were hoping for your father to go with.
Well, everything. We were so happy on the Spelljammer before. And then once we got here, or once the drow happened, once we got here, everything changed. Mom and Dad just basically separated. I thought that once we got the ship back, then everyone would get back on board and we'd go back to doing what we were doing before.
I can imagine how hard it is, especially seeing your parents essentially separated for the time being. Um, but, I mean, change happens. It's part of life.
Yeah,
It's fine to be disappointed, but as long as you can move past it. If you want to be disappointed and moody tonight, I'd not blame you.
yeah. Give me tonight.
Do you want to be left?
I think I. No, actually, I'd prefer if you stayed. I like your company, but I might not be good company myself.
Eh, I grew up with eco terrorists. I know a thing or two about bad company.
Well, that put things in a new light.
You have a sneaking suspicion you shouldn't let her see your father's collection of books on various ecological oddities of the multiverse.
You go ahead and be moody. I'll be here if you need to talk some more.
Tomorrow I still would like to talk to my mom. It doesn't sound like, well, at least my father doesn't think she'd come, but she's really smart. Uh, if she wanted to come, I'd like to have her. But either
Just
way, I'd at least like to say goodbye.
I mean, worst case scenario, she says no, but you should still ask.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And Genevieve will just settle in and probably make some notations about everything she's been doing and stuff, and just if Shade decides she wants to talk some more, she'll put it down and listen.
And she's just gonna kind of go. She doesn't have too much here. She probably didn't accrue too much on her time in the asteroid, and she probably lost everything that she had upon the Spelljammer when it got taken over. So she doesn't have too much here, but what she does have, she'll go through it and see if there's anything she wants to take with her. But probably not.
All right. Back to Kitlak and Cassie and Cinder.
That's me. One of those, anyway.
Cassie, your illusion. How long does your illusion last? I forget.
I believe that's an hour. Let me double check. Yes, 1 hour.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long since you guys snuck out the back of the black market at the recommendation of a strange short tiefling. Um, you are still not in the market proper, but do you want to head back up to the market proper? Do you want to sort of explore this strange industrial slash farming area?
I've done what I wanted to do. What do you want to do, Kitlak?
Well, it appears that we might have garnered a little more attention than I'd like here. I'm wondering if it's safe to even be in the neighborhood anymore.
You do make a good point there.
I would really love to find some ship weapons, armaments that are of a bit heavier ordnance than our ballistae, but perhaps I should wait on that until we have a full complement of crew to see how they function under um adequate staffing, shall we say. All that to say,
Yes,
maybe we
given
should
the
go
other
back to the ship.
complication.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, given the other complication, I would agree with you. Can I see the gun that everybody seems so interested in real fast?
Kitlak is going to pull it out of its holster and kind of whip it around so that the butt of the gun is facing towards Cassie, offering it
You would
forward.
put it into your
Uh,
bag of holding.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Less gracefully, Kitlak is going to go like, and just like hork up the bag of holding and just reach in there and then do the thing where he flips the gun around and hands it butt first to Cassie.
Lovely as always. Let me see that for just a moment.
Of course.
Cassie is going to cast the spell Duplicate on that. That was something that Cypher said I was allowed to take from Ojima, Tales from the Tall Grass. Basically, for the next hour, there is an exact replica of that object, but without the magical properties of the original.
It fails.
And she is
You have,
okay.
as you cast duplicate, you have something that is the same shape but is lacking the stellar beauty. You have basically made a poor man's gun version of it. Something without paint or color or shining stars. There's also a touch of something when you try to duplicate it. Roll me Arcana.
That is a 24.
You have heard of a sort of forbidden magic, something that can be imbued into certain magical objects that prevents them from being duplicated. The soul crystals, the soul shards that are part of your makeup and of everything in the uh, immortality scheme that your corporation is going through, has a weak version of this, so that they can't be easily duplicated. This is a much stronger version. Apparently, someone doesn't want even a mundane version of this lying around.
Apparently, your firearm is copyrighted. I cannot duplicate that like I thought I could.
There isn't any copyright law in the universe that's going to stop me, Kitlex says, and he's going to take the gun back if it's offered back, and then shelve it in the bag of holding.
Cassie is going to hand him back his original and the poorly duplicated duplicate if he wants it.
Yeah, Kitlak's gonna take the fakey gun and put it in his holster. You know, it might be good. Does it actually fire? Is it like, can it shoot just like a regular
I
charge or bullet or whatever?
think it's just an illusion,
It
isn't it?
it says at first glance, two objects are indistinguishable from each other, and the duplicate functions as if it were the original, except for any magical properties the original object may have.
Okay, so that
It,
that sounds to me like it should just be a gun then, right?
Yeah.
All right, well,
and
Kitlak's
it,
gonna keep
it'll
that in his holster then. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
it'll last for an hour.
Yeah, he's just gonna park that there and then toss the real one in the bag of holding and do the whole rigmarole with his tooth and swallowing it and all that sort of thing. You know, who knew that being able to vomit on command would be such a useful ability?
Certainly not me. Anyways, shall we?
Of course. And Kitlak is going to proceed back to, I assume, the ship, right? That's where we decided on?
Yeah, that's where we decided on as our meeting place.
Cool, cool. All right. Kitlak will head on back there with Cassie, I'm sure.
Would you like to take the lift or take the stairs?
Um, Kitlak's feeling the stairs this time.
Okay.
Something about being in a confined area um, with other assorted individuals might go south, and having a quick and easy path of egress is kind of the way right now, he thinks.
It takes you about an hour just to traverse the stairs from where you were to the lower levels of the market. From there, you do have to travel through the market to head towards the Spelljammer Tower. Um, you get about to the second level before the surface. Pardon me? When a dark armored figure with a gold mask sort of sidles up.
Like your mask, it's a nice touch.
And there's sort of a respiratory
Hmm.
5 minutes of your time, and he holds out 5 gold pieces.
Uh, Look, I'm actually quite in a bit of a hurry. Uh, can we walk and talk?
And he holds out the gold, not to you actually, but to Cassie.
What do you want?
To request a favor.
I believe that my companion here and I are going to pass.
Yes, typically favors, and my time is worth more than the 5 gold on offer. If you do wish to walk and talk, though, you can. I can't promise that your answer will be favorable, though.
he walks with you and just says lowly, given that you've turned me down and my brother, I appreciate your choice of neutrality. I'm sorry, I have a dog digging a hole through my door. Give me 1 second.
No. I'm wondering how successful she is.
Sorry about that. I got her settled, and of course, that got disrupted. Anyways, continue.
Yes. Well, neutrality is usually the best option when life is full of warring factions that would kill you for making the wrong decision.
As such, I would make a request that you stymie my brother. If I am to die, he should not succeed.
Hmm. What would that involve?
You taking back the object and losing it somewhere decidedly uninhabitable on the asteroid.
Well, I'm sure that could be arranged. I'm not sure how leaving it somewhere unattended and uninhabitable would be, say, preferential to keeping it on my person away from them, though.
If you are on this asteroid, they could find you.
Well, one doesn't necessarily have to stay in the same place forever, no?
You see the gold mask turn towards you ever so slightly. You have a way off the asteroid.
Well, I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm just saying that all things change in time. You just need to wait. Things will change. They'll be different. You never
Lava
know what
Crow.
tomorrow's going to bring. Yes, that's what's on my back. Kit like crooks a thumb at the back of his jacket.
It's what's in your mind.
Yes, I'm always thinking about them. Where are they? They're somewhere on this asteroid, and I must find them. It's like
You have it docked at the tower.
no, if I had a lava crow to ride, now that would be something. Kit like waggles a finger, but no, not yet. Not yet. Also,
I
don't
would.
I have to make a saving throw against like reading thoughts?
Nope, not surface thoughts. And you were thinking about returning to the ship.
That's true.
He's going to continue walking forward now and seem to glance around, and then I would pay more handsomely if you could take me away from this place.
Kitlek is gonna look over at Cassie. What does Cassie do or say?
Cassie's just gonna shake her head.
Well, doing so would require a consensus of my crew, where that method of vessel governance, and I believe it would be impossible to get. I apologize for the inconvenience.
Do you know
And it would
of
break the
another
neutrality that you spoke of.
do you know of another crew that needs 20,000 gold then?
Kitlek is going to look over at Cassie again. This would be a terrible idea, would it not?
Cassie's going to shrug. That 20,000 gold is a little bit more appealing than the 5.
Well,
I mean, it
how
is 10,000 gold, but Neutrality?
20,000 gold versus neutrality. Get like
I
gonna
was
kind of hem and
going
haw.
to use it to attempt your method of return, and he indicates ever so slightly at Cassie. But your mistress's mind and her thoughts of you disturbed me too much.
It does seem a little shady. Get like is going to say, just kind of like keeping a sidelong and semi-apologetic glance on Cassie. I could understand any reluctance.
She would
Well,
treat me like you, a possession, not like a normal customer. And the organic return is not feasible in my condition.
there seems to be a lot of people as possessions going around these days. I'll tell you what. I can't promise anything, but I can broach the subject with my crew. I will put it to them. I will tell them what you offer, what is at stake, what we stand to lose, etc., etc., etc. And however the crew decides, the crew decides. Does that sound like something you can wait, maybe 3, 4 hours for?
I might even have a full day,
Hmm.
possibly two. I do not see the followers here yet. I hope you have a way to get the other you out. She will not react kindly if you leave. And he seems to turn to start walking away.
Well, patience is a virtue, and I am glad it's one you possess, Kitlak says, and he nods. You have, of course, read my thoughts. You know where the vessel is moored. Uh, Meet us there in about what time of day is it right now, approximately? Like I know that,
It's gonna be like 4:30, like
yeah,
16:30 time. Yeah,
yeah. Meet me there about 20 on the clock, and we will see what we can do. I'll have your answer for you then.
fair enough. And he just seems to walk off. Cassie, how are you feeling?
Cassie, I mean, as far as a robot person go, looks a little uncomfortable.
Go ahead and roll me a quick insight, if you would.
Uh, which of us, Cassie or
Cassie,
both?
just Cassie. I think you both figured out who he was through that disguise.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5.
Nope, you have
Woof.
no idea what he was referencing with the other you, and she'd be angry.
Wonderful.
There are, of course, the legitimate weapon shops. Would you like to look at any of those, Kitlak?
How much gold's he got on him? Uh, I think Kitlak wants to. You know what? Mm, yeah, Hemin and Han. I think he's just gonna go back to the ship. I think it's probably the way. He can stand to have what he has right now.
Okay. You make your way back to the ship. You're almost there when Suka catches up and just kind of glares at you. Do you deliberately split in the furthest points of this mesa, or what?
Yes, you got to split up. You cover more ground. All the horror holovids told me as much.
You are a nuisance. You know this, right?
But I am a professional nuisance, thank you very much.
which is why I tolerate you. Anyways, uh, I have found a few crew members, if you'd like. Just I need to check what is our what do you call it? Budget for them.
Budget for the crew members. Well, what what are we expecting as daily pay for these people? I'm not really sure. I've never had to deal with the financial side of things before.
Okay, well, if you want a second spelljammer, that's usually around 100 gold a day, unless you make a specific deal with one. For the rest of the crew, a portion of the takings, 5-10%. I'd recommend 10 since they're kobolds, or most of them are kobolds, anyways. And, a regular income. Oh,
10% of the tank sounds fine. In fact, what if we simply said 15% of the take and the additional 5% we devoted to their income, the regular income? Kind of a, what do you call it, parceling out sort of situation.
fair if you can guarantee that you will have regular income.
Well, I think that the way we live our lives will probably come across enough to pay people one way or another. It's just easier, I think, if we give them a flat rate. And it helps them be a little bit more ambitious too, I find. That's how it was with me and my crew back in the day.
Don't let them be too ambitious, considering, the escalation of Dead Man's Shoes. That's still a thing.
Oh, Kit like kind of waves a hand. Look, ambition is fine. There's no problems with ambition as long as it's directed ambition. We want everyone to know that they've got a way to achieve their ends, and that way is by doing what the crew and the captain deem necessary.
All right.
Just,
And then,
you know.
what do you want to parcel for the officers of the crew?
Oh, we need officers, I suppose.
Well, at the very
What
least, you need a cook.
Kitlag kind of thinks, looks over at Cassie. Did Shay or Genevieve ever step forward and say they would want to be a cook?
I'm stealing that from you, Tyler. There you go.
I don't really pay too much attention to things that are food related.
That is a very fair point. I'm not sure what you're stealing from me. Uh,
The salaries.
oh, yeah, no, I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Assuming that you're playing in a certain way, I would offer it as an alternative rule set. Um, but anyway. Yes. Officers' salaries. Well, I didn't give any consideration to that. I mean, I could imagine that the cook would would they not simply be a member of the crew, not expected to take part in any fighting? Like, I'm not sure that that necessarily needs an additional salary.
Have you ever cooked for a dozen kobolds?
Point taken. All right, that is not an easy job. Um, tell you
Granted,
what.
standards here are low, so you could probably get away with a cheap salary, but still.
Tell you what. Assuming that they're a decent cook, I will pay them. Oh, what's good? So we've got about 15% of the take already accounted for. That is a additional 85% that is still there. Divided by four, that's, well, it would be a much better situation if we had a hard hard 80 to divide by four. All this is pending approval by the others, of course, but I would say perhaps give that last 5% of the take to split between any officers we have as an additional bonus.
Could probably
That
sell
way,
that.
we all get 20%. It's 20 for each of us presently on the ship, and an additional 20 for the rest of the crew.
Well, that is usual. Do you need to hire an accountant, I guess is the important question. Because if I need to find one of those, I'm really going to have to go to the black market.
Not presently. I feel like I can crunch the numbers well enough. Or
As well
perhaps
as
I
you
can.
crunch the cards in poker.
Yes, indeed. Just as well, if not better. Or perhaps, Cassie, would you mind being our numbers runner, considering your brain has a literal calculator built in?
I believe I can manage that. It's better than me being the cook.
Agree with that. Okay. Um, Still haven't found a spelljammer for you. I have found a good doctor of the mind, given what I just left. Oh, yes. The the grumpy one and Genevieve are going to be staying overnight at a house down in the suburb near
Hmm. I
Walk's End.
assume I assume Shay, the grumpy one, is staying with family then. That would make
Oh, I didn't
sense.
ask.
Yes, I mean, I can see the two of you aren't really getting along. Do you have any more insight on that? Because it's unfortunate to have that kind of strife on a crew.
Age regression and possible repressive issues. I will be searching for a mind doctor that can handle those, along with everything else that's been going on.
I don't believe that's going to be well received, but you do as you will. I'm just going to caution against confronting Shay with that kind of thing. If you would like to perhaps submit that to myself or Cassie or Genevieve, and we can,
Will
broach the
be for
subject with Shay.
everyone. I just need to make sure that, they're aware of that topic and how to deal with it.
Ah,
I don't want to
yes,
give
one
you
of.
some psycho who just, drugs you all and says you're fine.
I mean, that does work in certain
This isn't a
situations.
druid enclave.
So we're looking for some sort of frontier psychiatrist. Get like
Surpri-
scratches his chin.
Surprisingly enough, I have a lead on a couple. Um, and then I don't have a navigator in mind, so I will. There are plenty here, but all of them are tied up in some project. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I don't know why they're thinking
Interesting.
about a long-term project when survival is important. Uh, Still looking for a second spelljammer, and still haven't found like a first mate or anything like that. But I figure you guys can figure that one out.
Yes, I believe that amongst ourselves we can find someone willing to be a first mate.
All right, so I have a couple crew, just basic crews. One is mostly kobolds. One is kind of a mix mash. Um, Shay asked for a kender. I found one that is willing, as long as they don't have to, and they're going to just kind of look at the notes and say, "Talk to the flitting one recruiting me," and just going to give you a dead-eyed stare, Kitlak.
Hmm. Well, hard to know how to interpret that. Get like kind of furrows his brow.
Right, so I guess I have a day to figure all this out, since Genevieve and Shay are staying in the house, and you're what, gonna sleep on the ship?
Can't see why not. Someone has to.
Yeah, most people would take it in here or there, but yeah. All right. Oh, and Cassie,
Yes.
not to be alarmist, but there were a couple inquiries about your location by people who work for ArcLife. Just subtle, nothing too this must be hunted, but there is someone definitely trying to garner your attention.
Yes, I figured that this would be coming. It made it quite clear.
Okay. As long as you're aware, I don't have to deal with it. I'm done. Okay. I am going to go enjoy. I know of at least one inn that has some hot steam, which is redundant here. So either way, at least I can get clean, and then I will go and bring some recruit options for you. Oh, what is our first destination after we leave here?
Um, I mean, Kitlak doesn't really know. Yeah, I mean, I guess Kitlak knows places, but I, the player, have no idea.
Well, you still have an open
That
mission to finish with the Roaring Hollow.
Yeah. I also need to go after the GIF. And I know where they are, or at least know their vessel, and I know their approximate location.
You have a triangulation of three systems that they seem to be visiting continuously. Yes.
Hmm. Um, so where's the closest of those three? Which one is the closest of those three?
Oh, that is a good question based on where you are. Give me a second here.
Hmm.
I thought we didn't know where we were.
You don't know. You're continually traveling on the astral sea, so it is um, trying to figure out where you are in relation to the rest of e- the astral sea and everything else on it is always changing, always shifting, and always unpredictable. Um,
So we have an idea of where we are.
yes. Um, Currently, if you ask the local astronomers, they would say you are crossing near dark space, which is not a place anyone wants to launch into because dark space tends to eat ships, or at least ships' crews. So no one is really leaving right now. But you do know at least one of the places is located beyond dark space. So uh, you'll be heading there. Let's see. Do we have a name for that place? Let me give me a second here. You do know that one of the nearby spaces was called Vergon, which is near, which is also near one of the second ones called Zalani.
What do I know about Vergon and Zelani?
Tell me your history.
History, probably. Yeah. I guess first one is for Vergon, or am I just rolling one roll for both of them?
One roll for both.
I'm gonna guidance as well, just for extra juice. All right, that is an 18, I believe.
18.
Yep.
You know that both are part of an empire that shattered. Didn't end. It literally there was a war, and so the empire of 12 systems shattered apart. Um, those who were at the heart of the empire still wish to rise again. They make deals and they keep raiding, etc., etc. But those who fought in the war and saw the potential to exploit these spheres after the end of the war remained. A number of those were GIF. So actually, it doesn't surprise you that the general has decided to go to these places. In terms of what you know of the two specific spheres, Vergon is a sphere with, or a wild space, I should say, sorry, that is primarily human, but their planets are constantly at war. A great place for weapons trade and making money, and
Hmm.
mercenary tactics. Everything that captain would definitely enjoy. Um, Zelani, all that's known about Zelani is one, the creatures there are terrifying, and two, there are a lot of potential spelljammer technologies there. But again, terrifying creatures, and possible new space jammer or old space jammer technology. Hard to tell. That's about all you
When you
know
say
between the two.
okay, when you say technologies, is this like there's a trade there, or is there like a ship graveyard, or like in what form is this found?
It was actually a bit of a secret of this empire. So no one's really clear. No one has said outright, mostly because almost everyone that goes in is scared out. Though there
Okay.
are, with an 18, I will say there are some rumors that it's all bullshit. There are scary creatures, but there's no spelljammer tech.
Okay.
They
So
call it art.
that is Zolani, right? This is the
Yes,
second one.
correct.
Okay.
Vergon is the warlike space. There are 6 planets that are constantly at war.
All right. Kitlak is going to say, well, I think Vergon would be a pretty good choice. Seems to be enough of a weapons trade there and enough, well, actual people to trade with that we might be able to make something work out. But I would need to confer with the rest of the crew, of course.
Vergon.
Yes, we
Actually,
do
they're going to
have
roll.
some things to discuss there.
Yes.
Oh, they don't know what that is. Okay, right. Oh, I was going to look something up for you, Cassie. I forgot. I will do that tomorrow before I meet up again. Okay,
And that
Vergon. I
is.
will let people know. All right, well, you enjoy your evening. I'm going to go get clean for the first time in, what has it been, 5 years?
Do you think you're still capable of doing that?
The water may not be see through anymore or reusable, but yes, some of us know how to bathe instead of just shower themselves in sand.
Oh, please. I shower myself in the occasional cobalt tongue saliva. Kitlak is going to lick his eye with with his tongue. There's no need for water when you have a near prehensile tongue.
Ew.
Kitlak shrugs. I am as the gods made me.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason only strange people follow that god, and at least it isn't. And they're going to kind of indicate the big skeleton that god.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a god, and if it is a god, it's not doing very well for itself.
I mean, it's still got followers.
Hmm. Kitlak shrugs. Different strokes.
Exactly. All right. Good night. You return to the ship. The guards just they recognize you. Uh, you can board. There's no problem. The ship is clean. No one's been on board. Like I said, as you docked here, they consider the safety and protection of these ships sacrosanct. So yeah, you can examine the weapons, and yeah, these aren't going to do well against the GIF, even with a full crew. I mean, one shot from the cannon, and you're gonna be in trouble.
Yes, they operate on gunpowder, and we are certainly more primitive than that. Fortunately, I don't think that we're going to be engaging the GIF in ship-to-ship warfare.
I sure hope not.
Yes,
turn
well,
out well
not if
for
I
us.
can help it. If vengeance is to be had against the GIF, it's to be had with a great deal of skullduggery. Not to be had in forward and direct confrontation. That is a GIF's battleground. That is where they excel. And only a fool fights an enemy where they excel, given the choice. But still, some cannons would be very nice. Wouldn't say no to some cannons.
An upgrade is an upgrade.
Kitlak nods vigorously. I think for the rest of the time, Kitlak is probably going to kind of get an inventory of the ship in his mind, just kind of go around the ship and really scrutinize it. Like he's kind of done this before, but not with the kind of eye that he feels a captain should have. And he's just gonna really take everything in that he can. I imagine that like that bit that has some hidden stuff to it, the number 13, he'd take a real close look at that and try and see if he couldn't discern something. Um, but obviously no guarantees of actually figuring anything out.
Roll me an investigation for that.
Okay. With guidance. That's not too bad. That's a 14.
You find what Cassie found is that there are sealed basically sealed bulkheads here, except they're not bulkheads;
Mhm.
they are wood. They are very well sealed. They're not really meant to be opened, although with the 13, and you've already examined them once, not to be opened anymore. You have a feeling they may have been opened at one point,
Hmm.
but then there are basically arcane energies wired throughout the ship. It makes sense that they would have had to access those sections at some point too.
Hmm. Kitlak is it's kind of
Otherwise, sorry,
go ahead.
otherwise in the ship, uh, no supplies have been delivered yet. There is still the poisoned food in the pantry.
Yeah, I think
You like to get
Kitlak
rid of
is
the
going to
poisoned ration.
would like to clean out the poison food immediately.
You can absolutely just leave those on the dock, and
Yeah.
someone will come by, probably ask if you want to keep it, sell it, or just get rid of it.
Yeah, Kitlak is either going to do that or, I mean, his first thought was to put them on the cargo bay door and then just open it and dump them wherever. But that would probably violate some sort of ordinance, so he's not looking to get in that kind of legal trouble immediately.
Don't forget, Genevieve told y'all that she can cleanse that food of poison.
Did she now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Kitlak's not going to dump it then. If he's probably going to like put all the clearly poisoned food in like one section of it and like get some sort of like paper or writing utensil and put like a skull and crossbones in front of it, and then right underneath it poison in parentheses not pirate. It's important when you're on a vessel.
Yep.
So if Kitlak allows it, Cinder is going to follow him around while he's doing all that.
Yeah, of course,
Meanwhile,
Kitlak would be more than happy to have another set of eyes.
and
Go ahead, sorry.
every once in a while, Cassie will divert her attention to looking through Cinder's eyes. She can't actually speak to Kitlak using it, but she can watch. Um, Meanwhile, Cassie is going to go into the mess and she is going to tinker around with the new wrist mount, play around with it, see what she can learn about it.
Kilak feels oddly comforted to have Cinder around. He doesn't really know what to make of Cinder right off the cuff, but like he knows that Cinder is connected to Cassie, and that if something truly bad happens, like if he really bungles something up, that's at least a line of communication to someone who would help. So that's kind of how he's thinking of Cinder right now.
Yeah, it's basically a semi-sentient drone following you around.
Yep.
Every now and then, Melody will pop in, clean a few things, and then pop out, always glancing at Kitlak's shoes.
Kitlak doesn't wear shoes.
Kitlak's feet.
Yeah.
The filthy, filthy feet.
Are they so dirty it resembles shoes?
Possibly at this point.
I mean, they're scaled, so it's like they're pretty hard. It's like you could drop something on them and there's some damage resistance to them.
What would you like to do with your new device, Cassie?
As I said, she's going to examine it, see what she could figure out its capabilities are, stuff like that. And of course, she will attach it to her arm when she's satisfied. To her wrist, I guess.
All right. Um, and then you guys are going to take a long rest?
Yep.
Or did you want to do anything else?
Kitlak would take a long rest.
Oh, wait. Someone's going to join you. There is going to be, not quite a knock on your ship, but sort of like a mental knock on your head. In your head, Kitlak.
Kitlak doesn't like that.
Kitlak should
How?
know who it is.
He should. Oh yeah, that guy. Right. Yeah.
I mean, you did say show up at 2000, so.
Yeah, you sure did. So, Kitlag is going to make his way down to where the friend is and say, yes, I did. You are prompt as expected.
And from your mind, the crew is still debating.
Well, it's less that and more that one member of our crew has family in town and has deigned to stay with them for at least the next night. They'll reconvene tomorrow, and if you truly can wait for another day, we might be able to get a consensus by then. I apologize for the delay. It was unforeseen completely.
It's quite alright. I can still hide for a little longer.
It's not too much of an imposition, Kitlak says. And he's going to think, like, so if the other members of the crew, I mean, he doesn't really know what they're going to do. Like, they're probably going to come back tomorrow, but he doesn't know that for a fact. Check in with me again this time tomorrow, and if I don't have an answer then just assume the answer is no, and I'm sorry to have wasted your time. But I assure you that I will do my level best to have an answer for you by then.
Understood. And he turns to go and then stops for a moment and then, while it is not of monetary value, I will also share what thoughts she had of your crewmate as part of the payment.
You're referring to my mechanical friend.
Yes.
Interesting. That might tip the scales a little bit. I'll let my friend Cassie know about your consideration. I thank you for your time.
Thank you for yours.
Kitlak is going to
And
tip his
just
hat and
so
then go
you
back to the
know,
ship. Oh, go ahead.
space in the cargo bay is fine. I do not need a room.
Yes, we're going to have to furnish the ever-loving stuff out of this vessel one way or the other. Kitlak waves a hand. Regardless, yes, we'll find a place if that is indeed the course we decide upon.
I will see you tomorrow.
And at that, Kitlak will tip his hat and turn to go back in.
And we're going to take a quick pause there. I will be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Vergon. My thought immediately goes to the Vogons.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that.
And I'm back. Kitlak, did you want to tell anything to Cassie or just head on in?
He's gonna head back into the ship. If
Cassie get that? Did Cassie get that same mental knock?
No.
Okay, so yeah, she did not divert her attention to Cinder's senses. She heard none of that conversation.
You
Yeah.
both made it clear that Kitlak was the one to communicate to, so that's what he did.
Indeed. Kitlak is and I feel like he doesn't think that Cassie it would really change anything for Cassie in the immediate future. He'd probably just bring that up to the group at large and address it to Cassie then, to save time on like meeting with people and all that, you know.
So you're gonna head for the quarters then?
Yeah, Kitlak is just gonna long rest it.
All right. Genevieve and Shay. Shay, are you just gonna go to sleep, or did you want to talk more?
I don't know. That she might. Maybe she has like a board game or something that she tries to get Genevieve to play, and that's probably about it.
No board game. You have a deck of cards that your father made for you, and a deck of cards that your mother made for you. They're both basically memorization, or one is memorization, one is matching. Basically, find the two stellar objects or find the two plants that are the same, and that sort of thing. It's a simple game, but it's one that your parents put effort into.
Then she'll go to sleep.
Genevieve, you've already had a long rest, but would you like to do anything or just take another one?
I mean, after Shay falls asleep, she'll probably, I don't know, start poking around a little bit out of boredom. And then
All right,
if it gets too far, or too late, she'll probably just go back to sleep.
roll me an investigation. Let's see what you can find.
Okay. 21.
21. Yeah, you do find two volumes of books. They appear to be handwritten by Shay's father on various botanical oddities and plants found on various planets.
Well, she's absolutely going to sit down and start reading that.
Just roll me a quick perception.
Okay. Perception. 10.
It's quiet in the house. Yeah, no, it's fine. Um, yeah, there are some fascinating things in this book. There are plants you haven't heard of. There are carnivorous plants that you haven't heard of. There is a, let's see. Give me 1 second here. You learn of a garlic vine that can survive in any climate without soil. It just needs water. It was a strange mage's creation to ensure everyone can enjoy the spice of garlic while also destroying any local vampires. Apparently, that was a problem on that world.
Amazing.
There is, you learn that on one world, elves had learned to plant something they called alphen grapes, something that doesn't usually survive outside the Feywild. It produces grapes year round, and one grape is not only needed to survive for a day nutritionally, it's as potent as the strongest Fey wine, so you can get drunk and full at the same time.
I need that.
There is something that horrified him because it ended up destroying an entire valley, something called a Nahar lotus that literally draws 50 gallons of water per day from the elemental plane of water and unleashes it wherever it's planted.
Is she's father still awake?
Go ahead and take a look around.
She'll walk out and see if he's still awake. If he's still working on the helmet, she's not going to bother him, but if he seems like he's finished with the helmet, she absolutely is going to start talking to him.
He is not here.
Hmm.
Neither is the helmet.
She's not going to hunt him down or anything. I mean, she doesn't know how it works. Maybe he needed to go somewhere else with the helmet.
If you return to the books, there's something called there's a tree that's called the blood apricot tree that apparently the juice is more the fruit is more juicy and there's more of them if blood is spilled over its roots. It's apparently very popular in post battlegrounds. It doesn't cleanse the ground or anything, it just likes the blood.
Were these on Shay's shelf, or was these on the like a quote unquote family bookshelf, like in a
um
common area?
it's the household isn't very big. There's basically the common area that's a living, dining. There's a little nook that's a kitchen. There's the bedroom that's Shay's, and then there's on the other side a bedroom that's probably for the parents. Um, it's not exactly in Shay's room, but it's sort of in the tiny hallway to Shay's room. Basically, anyone can duck in and grab it, but it's not in Shay's room, but it's also not in the common room, sort of thing. It's sort of like these are probably things that Shay used to read or got to see her father write when she was little, and so he made sure that they were easily available to her upon her return.
Genevieve's putting these in her bag.
All right then, good to know. Um, let's see, what's one more fun? Uh, oh, okay. You learn of a root called dark root. Not very inventive, but it is as powerful as alchemist. Is it alchemist glue, Tyler? What's the glue that is ridiculous?
Um, sovereign. Is it sovereign glue? Yeah, it's sovereign glue.
Yeah,
You can look up the name.
it's as powerful as sovereign glue, but it sets half as quickly, so it works a lot faster. All fun things that you can learn and find on other planets.
Yeah, sovereign glue.
Sweet. Yeah, she'll fall asleep. She'll put them in her bag once she gets tired enough. She'll put them in her bag and then she'll go to bed. Since there
All,
had been talk about trying to get back on the same sleep schedule.
all right. Next morning, Genevieve and Shay, you wake up to an empty household.
Uh, Shay,
Yeah.
was your dad supposed to go somewhere with the helmet to fix it?
He might have gone to his workshop.
Do you know where his workshop is? 'Cause he's not here.
Yeah. I kind of just made that up, but I assumed he would have a workshop if he was working on something like that. Or just a place where he tinkers. And I
As you
assume
think
Shay
it,
knows
though,
where
you
that
do
is.
hear the front door open.
Dad?
Oh, I didn't wake you, did I, Pumpkin? You and your friend?
Oh, we were just getting up.
Oh, I didn't bring breakfast. I didn't have time. I went to speak with your mother, or at least to her office to try and speak with her. She's very proud that you achieved your goal in buying the ship, but she is doing very important work and wishes you the best of luck. She can't leave at this moment, but she wanted me, and he pulls out a book from a bag to wanted me to give you this.
What is it?
When have we ever handed you something and just told you what it is?
She'll flip through it.
It appears to be a bit of a navigator's book and her notes on the wild space systems and astral sea oddities that have that you came across during your travels as a kid. There are also, though, as you flip towards the back, some new observations and details. Um, it's obvious that some things have been very curtailed, and there's even a couple pages just ripped out. Um, but yeah, it is basically parts of her work over the years. She said to be very careful, and she'll be thinking of you and looking for our ship in case it crosses paths here again.
You're talking like she doesn't want to talk to me. I was gonna go talk to her this morning.
She left on an airship this morning to to set up a temporary telescope south of Senzaratha. They finally got permission, and apparently it is a big deal since they have been petitioning for over a decade. Um, they've already left for the day. But she loves you very much.
Hesitant inside check. $24.
I hate to say this, he got a nat 20, But I will say with a 24, what you get is that he's not quoting her verbatim, but he's trying to protect your feelings. He's still doing the parent thing of, there are some things you don't want your kids to see because they want you to think best of their parents, and he doesn't want to hurt you with the truth.
Did you have any luck with the helmet?
Oh, yes, sorry. I took it with me. I figured I might have to wait to talk with her. Yes, I was able to. And he pulls out the helmet, and it looks basically the same, but there are a few more lights. One of the gears seems to be just silently turning. Um, a lot of the upgraded systems were removed. I'm guessing that they were beyond repair or the drow just simply stole them. The auto deploy function for the mass and sail is still there. I've gotten it reactivated, but for some reason, the auto repair system, I show it's active, but I can't get it to react. So I'm not sure if the drow did something or if there's some flaw in the system. Maybe the arcane circuits were damaged. I don't know. Just be very careful trying to solve it. That system runs through the entire ship. You don't want it to reverse polarity, essentially.
Do you have some kind of a user manual for the ship?
I wish we thought of that, and I know Nikolai did, but well, he burned, and so did his workshop, and well, no one really got around to redoing it. None of us were in the mindset for it. He kind of awkwardly looks away. He doesn't want to think about this too much.
Um, does he look exhausted, like he'd been up all night?
He does. Now, if
How
you.
would
Oh, go ahead.
how would she rate her father's or kind of tinker abilities against Cassie's?
He tinkered with the whole ship. Everyone tinkered with the whole ship. Everyone had their specialties. He kind of was a multi specialist because his specialty is botany, but he was also sort of one of the pilots slash captain. So he had to kind of know how everything worked. The helm that he handed you was one of his pet projects with your mother. Um, and it just became their pet project to work on with you as a further experiment. So in terms of this helmet, he's actually very good. But in terms of, in general, he's above average. But there's a chance that Cassie might be better in terms of just general knowledge of any sort of artificer engineering. But after all this time, it's possible that the ship he might not have as much knowledge as he used to. But this helm, this was on your head. This could damage your life. He made sure he knew what he was doing.
Okay, well, we need to get going and see the rest of our crew. Um, do you want to get some breakfast with us real quick?
Yes, actually, that would be lovely. And you will be safe, won't you, Pumpkin? You won't take any major risks, and you're working with Kobold, so you will watch your back, right?
Well, we're going to be exploring like we were before, or I assume.
You will
So,
watch your back, right?
well, that's why I have friends like Genevieve.
All right. Yes, she seems a very competent person.
She is.
I can rip out someone's throat if it comes to it.
Let it not be hers, unless she faces a fate worse than death. And we both know there are things like that out on the sea. He's going to point to you, Shay. No approaching the spider ships. No approaching the the rock ships. And avoid the GIF if you can. They're shoot happy. Trigger happy? That's the term. Trigger happy. Oh, and no tentacle ships.
Well, that goes without saying. Rock, R-O-C-K, or Rock, R-O-C?
Uh, the ships controlled by eyes, the eye creatures, the ones with the vast empires constantly fighting and collapsing and reforming, because they are all insane, and yet somehow they have empires. My mind is blanking on what they're called. But they fly around in asteroids, they have giant eyeballs, eye stalks. You know the monster I'm talking about. We have one in the market that sells the strangest ingredients.
Hmm. Well, I will do my best to stay safe.
That's all I ask for, Pumpkin. Now, we do have a small cafe down in near Walk's End that's just for those of us living here. Few people above know of it. It's not very fancy, but I can guarantee the farm food is fresh, fresher than most things, and we even have juice that is not ridiculously priced.
Sounds great.
I lead the way.
And he will lead you off to a nice little cafe for breakfast. Cassie, you finish your long rest. You've regained nothing. You've healed nothing. You have one level of exhaustion. And yet you know you completed the cycle correctly.
Okie dokie.
This is going to be a problem if you can't solve it soon. Kitlak, you're asleep in a hammock. It's fine. It was very familiar, very cozy. It brought back fond memories, and then not so fond memories. Man, could your sister kick you out of bed. Oh wait, Tyler, are you back? I thought I saw be right back. Let me check.
Oh, yes, I just forgot to unmute my microphone. I said
Okay.
Kitlak is just enjoying being made of biological material right now, not owned by any corporation.
Oh yeah,
It's capitalism not great, not great. I think it's a controversial stance, but not great,
not great at all.
not great.
Right. Well, what would you two like to do? You can't stay on the ship forever.
No, we certainly cannot. I think Kitlak would like to go grocery shopping.
Okay. Now, Suka did say they were going to get some supplies, standard
Oh,
supplies.
okay, got you.
But
So
if you'd
that's
like to
probably
get something
Suka's taking care
special,
of
you
it.
can. You can also revisit the black market. It has been a while. Probably safer than it was. Well, as safe as any black market is. Um,
I
or you could
think,
try and find the rest of your crew. Team, I should say. You don't have a crew yet.
yeah. Um, Kitlag did say that he wanted to get consensus, but he's not really sure what the others are up to. I'm sure he could find Suka and then have her track them down, but she did mention that they were on the other side of forever from where they were. Um, did she give any specifics beyond that? I forget.
You're up here, and they're somewhere way down here, levels below the market.
Okay.
Um, Basically, a couple levels lower than where you were for the black market.
Gotcha. Hmm. Kitlak is going to, I think, I just can't decide if I'm going to go after them, but it would be kind of a needle in a haystack thing. I think Kitlak's going to try and get some better ordnance for the ship. Like, they're going to be flying into probably a war zone here, or either a war zone or something that's inhabited by horrible monsters. One way or the other. We need better ordnance than ballistae. So he's going to go to wherever you would buy ship weapons from. I recall there was a place in the black market, but it doesn't necessarily need to be illegal um, as much as it just needs to be big and blasty.
So yes, there are the legal markets, and then there's the one shop at the black market. So the black market had weapons that might hold a more powerful punch, or might be considered illegal in some systems. They're certainly illegal here, but or at least according to this tower, the Drow might be completely fine with them. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, would you like to get breakfast?
Breakfast is probably a pretty good call. Yeah, he'll go down to the galley, get some food, um, and just kind of while he's munching on whatever's non-poisonous, probably rations that he has on his person, talk it over with Cassie about what Cassie's plans are for the day.
Very good. Morning?
I'm assuming it's morning.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
time
is
is
about.
relative.
It's about 700, 800, somewhere in between there.
So, Kitlak,
Yes.
as I mentioned, we do need to talk about something.
What would that be?
I'm not performing at optimal capacity. There's something wrong and it's getting worse.
That's not the direction you want that to be going in. Explain, perhaps in more detail.
I believe it has something to do with my situation with Arclight. I believe that they have some sort of lock on my systems that I am not aware of. And I don't know how to get rid of that on my own.
Killick raises his eyebrows. Well, that seems truly awful. Perhaps, honestly, perhaps someone at the black market might be able to tell us. It seems like the sort of thing that we'd want to be breaking copyright law for, and if there's one place that you do that around here, it's the black market. I'm truly sorry
Wait,
that you
no,
are suffering through this.
it's worth a try. I'm worried that I might have to go back there. Um, as your friend so kindly pointed out, or our friend, I should say, the shadowy one. Um,
Yes.
yes, They kind of gave away something that I've been avoiding wanting to tell you.
Well, they did also mention that if we took them on, they would tell us what your um, the individual behind Arclight was thinking about you in particular. You know, surface thoughts and all. Not sure how pertinent or useful that would be, but I it's something in the stew pot at the very least.
Yes, they very, very clearly don't want to let me go for whatever reason that might be.
So what are your anxieties about going back there? Are you afraid they're going to keep you there?
They technically own me, as was pointed out yesterday. I believe all this started when I tried to attune myself to the Spelljammer helm.
I see. And is that a breach of warranty or contract or some such?
I'm technically not allowed to leave the asteroid. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you much. That entire Swiss cheese memory thing I mentioned.
Yes, I understand. Um, Kitlak is going to ponder.
Or whatever you want to.
Yeah, no, that's
Sorry, whatever
very
you want to
evocative.
call it.
Swiss cheese memory. So, our options are thus. We can either attempt to tinker in your head ourselves, which is very ill advised, go to the black market and try and find someone more skilled, which is only slightly less more ill advised, um, or go to Arclight and attempt to barter for your ownership, which is probably also ill advised. Truly, we only have bad options here.
This is often the case.
Both of you can roll me a quick history. This is a simple check.
Okay.
Yeah, you easily remember this.
Uh,
No kidding.
Yeah. The gnome that you ran into in the black market mentioned a black wire.
Yeah, that's what he was thinking. Um, are we really sure about that whole black wire around your heart situation?
As far as I know, I mean, I do remember building my body, I think.
Swiss cheese
I
memory,
don't know.
Kitlak says.
Yes.
Look, let's go back to the black market, have the gnome dig whatever this is out of you. You need to be free and clear and in your own ownership as soon as possible. If not for practical reasons, then for moral ones.
Yes, that was always the plan. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner.
Look, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You are simply trying to make your way in the world with the hand you've been dealt. And circumstance has put certain obstacles in your way that are more or less out of your control. You're just trying to do what you can. And thank you for trusting me to the point that I can help you alleviate this. Now, I'm going to do whatever I can, and I'm sure if Genevieve and Shay were here, they could say the same as well.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Kid like nods. So, as soon as I'm done eating these, he looks down at what essentially is like space trail mix, pouches of nutrition. We can head on our way. Unless you have anything you want to accomplish first before setting out.
None that come to mind. I don't believe there's anything that I can really do that'll improve my situation between now and leaving.
Well, let's. He like just throws back his trail mix and noshes the whole thing. in a really inelegant and frankly hard to look at way, and then swallows it and clears his throat.
which
Go ahead.
which doesn't disturb Cassie at all, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine, you know. uh, but anyway, he does that and then just kind of wipes the crumbs off his mouth and says, "Well, no time like the present for robot surgery. Let's go then. If you're ready."
I'm ready. Let's head on out and, hey, robot surgery. That'd be fun. Black
Ah,
market
yes.
robot surgery.
Always have to have a positive spin on things.
Surely
It's
this is
just
a
how
good
it
idea.
works. Oh, yes. Clearly. Going to the black market and we're gonna get robo surgery.
You go to the.
Point of note.
Mhm.
Point of note: Cassie is going to cast that awful disguise self spell on herself again.
Um. All right, you cast the disguise self. Roll me deception or performance, your choice. Last time I believe it was deception.
And it'll be deception again. They are both at +0, so may as well.
Oh yes, they just have different effects.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, she looks like a kobold who has lost their face. Literally, like their teeth, their snout, their skull is visible through the as part of the illusion
Well,
now.
that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, they still have the scales at the back of the head, weirdly enough, and the rest of their body looks correct. But that didn't turn out quite so well this time.
Please, my child. She is very sick.
Well, now you look like you need non-robot surgery. Let's go.
You go through the market. There are quite a few looks your way until suddenly three of the gold masked tall people with armor kind of stop you, and one of them touches your shoulder, Cassie, and points you immediately to a kind of small little. It almost looks like a tent rather than a proper shop. They don't say anything. They just point.
As you can
No
see,
thanks. I'll go to the market for that.
my compatriot left her jaw at home, and really shouldn't be attempting to talk without her jaw because that would blow cover. Ha ha. Yes, left her jaw at home. We simply must be on our way.
All three now point to the shop.
Okay, is this some unknown sort of guerrilla marketing technique that I'm unfamiliar with?
Roll your history, insight, or yeah, just history or insight.
Let's see, probably history. Kitlak's insight is garbage, even though it really shouldn't be. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a dirty 20.
Um, you whereas the guy you spoke to yesterday was in disguise as an unarmored version of this. You know that the armored version of this, these are guards. These are the official guards of the market. If they are pointing you to a tent for any reason, pointing you in any direction for any reason, this means it is an official request from probably from more than one guild because they work for all of them.
Okay. Can I ask the nature of this request?
Uh, all three of them point to their masks.
Don't know what that means, but all right. Kitlak is going to kind of sidle over towards the tent and stop in front of it. Now, as I'm sure you know, it's very hard to trust in this world of ours. For all I know, you could be hoodlums dressing up as guards. Context would help me know that it is a good idea to go with you.
One of them just lets out a and dark, sparkly smoke escapes from their mouth. Meanwhile, the one that was touching your shoulder, Cassie, has nudged you towards the entrance to the tent.
Cassie is going to stick with Kitlak.
Oh, also I need to re-roll. See how many charges my Shooty Magoody gets back. 2. That's decent. Could be worse. So I ask for context, and instead you breathe out some sort of celestial vapor. I'm not entirely sure that qualifies as context.
With the non-nat 20, you know that these are specially hired undead. No one's quite sure where they came from or what they are. They don't talk.
Oh,
What
they're
you
trying to
saw was,
direct me to someone who can. Got you.
yeah, this is that's you mentioned that they might be hoodlums dressing up or something, and that is proof that they are what they are. A little bit of their
Got you.
soul was spit out.
Oh, groovy. Well, in that case, Kitlak's just gonna go into the tent and see what the big hullabaloo is.
It looks almost like one, it is bigger on the inside, but two, it is very crowded of what looks like um ancient pottery and strange costumes, and there is another one of these creatures, but their mask is gray and seems to be made of stone. And they take one look at you and then one look at Cassie and just lets out a and turns around, digs through a random cabinet from what you can tell, and comes back out with a mask very similar to their own. It has a snout. Um, it is not golden. It is more like a quartz, but not a see-through quartz, a black quartz. And just holds it out and then holds out a hand for payment. You can
What
roll insight
is?
if you'd like.
Yeah, Kitlak is gonna actually use it's gonna use some of that guidance to try and figure out what the hell's going on here. That is a groovy 14.
If you had to guess, and it is a guess, Cassie's features are disturbing people at the market, and so it was requested that she make herself look a little less horrifying.
Ah, yes. How much? Kitlak nods.
And you see sort of an illusion waver into the open waiting palm of just 3 gold, and then it fades away.
Yeah, I can do that. Kitlak is just gonna toss them 3 gold from the inside of his trench coat.
And they will carefully, uh, it seems to kind of vanish into a sleeve. They carefully handle the mask and um, gently put it and align it to Cassie's face. Cassie, you feel, oddly enough, a little more settled with it being worn, as if something just sort of is content with this mask on you. You don't know where that comes from or why it's there, but you feel better with it on.
Quick question.
Good.
Do they notice that she's not undead when they put the mask on her?
They don't seem to, either they don't notice or they don't care.
Okay. Just curious because it doesn't hold up to physical inspection, so.
Well, they only touch part of your shoulder, although you do have wings and a jetpack, but still. They either didn't notice or didn't care or assumed you were wearing armor.
Alright, fair enough.
And with that, the guards
And
kind of just wander off, content.
and
They have fulfilled their duty.
the other question, can Cassie see through the mask? It sounded like she couldn't.
Perfectly. There are eye holes. Kitlak, from your perspective, the eye holes, even though you know where what should be behind them just look like endless voids of nothing.
Cool.
Um, but for you, Cassie, yeah, you can see through it perfectly. You can smell through it perfectly. Like you can, it is a functional mask. It is just literally hiding every bit of your face, every bit of the skull.
Point of order: can Cassie smell? Period.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I
she
thought
can.
yeah, I thought it
Okay.
was optional for her.
Yeah, she can smell, but I think we had decided that if she's gonna smell, she needs to breathe in order to do that.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Well, let's be off then. Enough distractions for now.
Yep, you get back down to the black market, and it's a different Goliath this time. This one has a scar across this, all the way from their skull down to their chin on the left side of their face, and they look at you. They look at the one in the mask. You're not bringing anyone down on us again today, are you?
Not if I can help it, Kilek says.
You know, we now have plans to move the market because of you, so make it fast, because end of the day, this place is gone to somewhere else.
Pretty exciting. Are you able to share, in fact, where it's going to be headed?
He just smirks at you. If you can't find it, you don't belong here.
Kilek tuts and shakes his head. Fine, 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 fine. Um, this is the Goliath, so it's
Yep,
not the person who was talking about Cassie before.
correct.
Where is the person who was talking about Cassie before?
The market is in the exact same setup, so over in the far left
Oh,
corner,
okay. So we
that
weren't
little
even.
gnomish workshop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
looks
weren't
like the
even
black
in.
market.
This is the guy at the gate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha. All right. Well, shaving a haircut 2 bits. Can we go on in?
I really should charge you after yesterday, but frankly, it was amusing to watch those Starskins get very confused after you vanished. So,
See, that's part of my trade is amusement. Why? What is the purpose of doing something if it doesn't amuse?
yeah, that and you're cute. So go on in. Call me if you ever want to do something a little more interesting than cause trouble. And he steps aside,
um,
and again, the stone kind of moves with him.
Kit like gives big kawaii ugu eyes at the Goliath and then steps on through. Uh, all right. Better sooner than later, and he's going to make a beeline for the surgery place.
Okay, you get to the Tinker's hut. The gnome is there, and he looks up and goes, "Oh, you're back. No
Yep.
returns or refunds."
Oh no, don't worry about that. We do need you, however, to how shall we say, jailbreak my friend Cassie here.
They put on
Seems
their
you may have been right about the black wire.
and they put on their spectacles, which do the little telescoping thing again. And right, 500 gold because of the potential explosion. Let me put up the shield so that I don't get kicked out of the market this time. He's going to start seeming to activate little levers around the shop. Um,
Kitlak
Also,
is going to
little kobold, if you want to stay and possibly be killed, great. If not, you need to step out of the shop before we start.
put 250 down on the counter, and he's going to say the rest upon completion.
Yeah, fair enough. Uh,
And I'm going to
Actually, he's going to
stay.
roll a quick insight. Okay, he thinks you're good for it.
Hmm.
And you do, of course, know if you stiff anyone at the black market will come for you. Blah blah blah. Assuming we all survive. And he
Yes.
pulls down the last lever, and there's sort of a hum, and then what looks like a not subtle, but a shimmer of an arcane shield just all around the shop. Right. Okay. He pulls a random chair out and dumps the equipment from it onto the floor, sets it down. All right, have a seat, and he goes to get some tools. I don't know how to say this because it's always awkward, but I'm gonna need you to take off your chest.
All right. That was a lot to happen in a short amount of time. Cassie is going to. She's going to hand over anything that she thinks might be in danger of the explosion to Kitlak. So that would include her backpack, her jetpack, and Cinder.
Yeah, Kitlak is going to bag of holding all of that, coughing it up like a hairball and then re-swallowing it afterwards.
The gnome sticks their head up when they hear that, looks at Kayla and goes, "Fascinating, a stomach of holding."
Of a sort, Kitlak says.
I wonder if I can make a mechanical one. Later. He pulls out his pliers and, okay, so take off the armor, take off your chest. Not to be weird about it or anything.
Wasn't weird until you mentioned
Cassie,
it being weird.
Cassie's going to give him a look for exactly the reason that Kitlak just mentioned. Then, yeah, she's going to take off her armor and open up her chest panel and take a seat.
Right, okay, 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Yep, there it is. And Kid, like you can see right off the bat, it's not like a cobalt heart exactly, but it's definitely heart shaped, and there seems to be a black wire running from the lower left ventricle to the upper right ventricle. Cassie, you can't see into your own chest. You're not detecting anything. But yeah, it also seems to, as soon as the chest was opened, both ends start kind of glowing. Oh, since you're going to be here, little kobold, grab one of those empty containers. Any of the metal containers,
Who
please.
exactly are you calling little? We're the same size. Kitlak is going to grab whichever container looks the largest and bring it over.
I assume you're
Or
younger than
most
me.
durable.
I'm 85. Thank you very much. Right.
Time is
Okay.
relative.
25 seconds. He pulls out two seemingly cutting pliers and uh, just tests parts of the wire. 20 seconds. Okay. Here we go. And one, two, three. And you hear like the start of a rumble of a fireball within your chest, Cassie, as he snips the wires and pulls the black wire out. And ooh, oil, that's new. Ooh, 5 seconds. Container.
Container.
He drops it in, slams it shut, takes it from you, and just throws it to the back of his shop, and then ducks. Uh,
Kitlak is going to do exactly as he does.
Cassie, you are stunned, and I need you to make a con saving throw as you hear an explosion that is definitely fireball size worthy in the back of the shop. Oh, I forgot to fireproof that. Oh well. More inventions later.
Hopefully, the 500 gold will help you
You,
down that
you
road.
said that was a. You said that.
Oh, sorry, you
Con
said that was
saving
the con
throw.
saving throw?
Yes.
All right, so that's 18 minus 2 because of exhaustion, 16.
16.
Still
Ooh.
pretty good.
Okay, and how many hit die do you have in total?
Good question. Where do I find that?
Well, it's equal to
I've
your
got 4
level.
hit die. Yeah, I've got 4 hit
Yeah.
die total.
Okay, roll me. Let's see. You got a 16, you said? What was that spell save DC? Oh, you are so lucky you just made that. Okay, you only have to roll 2 of those hit die.
So I do have 2 different classes. Which hit die do I roll?
Whichever is the highest number. So if you have a D6 and a D8, you roll the D8 first and then the D6. Or if they're 2 D8s or whatever. Yep. Ooh! All right.
Yike.
Now add your con modifier to both. And what is that total?
That is 20.
You take 20 necrotic damage. Those 2 hit dice are expended. And he's going to look at you and go, "Oh, oil, that is a new design. I've never seen that. This must be a prototype." He's taking the pliers and carefully looking at the ends. "Oh, okay. Oh, that is corrosive. Okay, I'm gonna have to dig these ends out of you. Unlike the others, that'll take an hour, maybe two. Just leave the gold. You can lower the shield. Danger's past. You can come back whenever. Well, an hour or two.
I'll stay,
Ca-
and I will give you the gold when it's all done, if it's all the same to you.
Okay, that okay with you? For him to watch me just work on you for a bit?
Um, Cassie is almost unresponsive. She is just on the very edge of robotic consciousness. She has 1 hit point.
Now, keep in mind, I'm here to make sure that you don't kill my friend or do anything untoward. Not that I don't
You,
trust you.
I
Not
would
that I don't
never,
trust you.
I would never kill something as beautiful as this. Look at the artistry in this construction. Oh my god, I am not a barbarian. This is
No,
just
you're
going
an
to be very
artificer.
intricate, and it's some people don't like having other people watch their innards be worked on. And he's, oh, this is gonna hurt, dear. And you can feel something slithering and squeaking out of your chest. I think we're going to have to do a flush to get whatever corrosive material this is. I want to test this. And just slides out one of the ends of the wire, and there's a little hiss on your heart, and you just feel a pain in your soul, Cassie.
Cassie just makes a squeaking sound, I guess is the best way I could describe it.
You sure you don't want to just come back later? I promise I won't do anything to harm her. She'll be, well, maybe not right as rain, but at least less likely to self destruct.
No, I think I'm fine.
All right. Um, yeah, and he spends the next 2 hours seeming to remove. They were just two little end leads, but it takes a while for him to get what looks like some sort of injection device between the crevices in your heart to flush out whatever uh, liquid was left behind. Um, it all hurts just a little, Cassie. Even though you know it's getting better, you can feel it getting better as your flesh clean. And he says, we have that adamant spray still available for 20,000. I could try and upload it into your innards. I don't know if it would be any good, but might make you a little more durable. Or are you still non-responsive? She's probably still non-responsive.
Yeah, she is very much not responsive right now. She
Okay.
is technically conscious.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I did warn it would hurt. Okay. Well, congrats. They can no longer just destroy you from a distance. Nice mask, by the way. Much better than the illusion yesterday.
You should have
And
seen the one today, Kilak says.
and here we go. And sorry, I'm going to be handling your chest now. And he puts your chest back together and seals it up. And if you'd like, I can do a quick diagnostic, see if there's any other nasty surprises, since apparently that was a prototype wire with new features. Fascinating new features.
I
Wonder if that.
would I would agree with your consent, Cassie. Kilak says, looking over at Cassie.
Cassie's going to nod. She's slowly starting to recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't I lucky?
Oh, very lucky. Half the time it goes boom before I can get it fully contained. Which is why, I have the organic come back to life thing. I mean, after I saw that, who'd want to go to the artificial way, even though it'd be so much cooler? Oh, well. So, why are you so special? Why do you get the prototype wire? Hmm? And you can see him pulling some strange device and just start running it over your body.
Cruelty, I guess.
That seems a little innocuous. I mean, they're artificial constructs. Cruelty shouldn't be a part of their nature. You have some new designs that aren't in the standard arc life constructs. Okay. So you're just a prototype all around. Neat. Iteration 16. Oh, fascinating. So you've had 16 iterations. Oh, you must be a super prototype. They just keep burning you out and bringing you back.
So Cassie doesn't really have regular eyes. She's got panels that emit light there. Those panels just kind of brighten momentarily at the mention of the number.
Not that anyone can see that. You're still wearing the mask. It's just dark voids in there.
Oh, so the
But
mask is
yes.
causing the dark void. I thought it was her illusion.
Nope, nope. The mask has its own little illusion in the eye sockets, basically, to prevent anyone from looking in. After all, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And for a creature that whose soul is literally their body, it's best to hide what is within. Um, which is why they wanted you to have a mask. Okay, iteration 16. Da-da-da. Oh, cutting that wire disrupted a bunch of signals. Have you been having trouble resting and restoring your systems? That should be fixed with the cleansing I just gave you. Um, see original for flaws. You're not the original. They've kept your original? Fascinating.
Wait, what?
You're the 16th iteration, but they must have the first generation somewhere. Oh, it has been an honor. You have given me so many insights into the ArcLife systems. Now I know what to look for in the next one that comes through, and let them know that they have a more primitive body, but you are testing out new systems for them.
Cassie's gonna turn her head to look at Kitlak. Um, I don't know how much she can tell with that mask of hers on.
This is a lot to take in, I'm sure, Kitlek
Oh,
says.
people die and come back all the time. This is just the same thing, except it's a prototype design. She must have signed up for a program or something. But you must have been one of the first.
16.
Sorry, what did you say?
16 iterations.
Yes. Man, you must have been around a long. Well, you're a kobold, so it might have only been. The earliest designs did supposedly only have the natural lifespans of the original inhabitants, but still, that means you've probably been around a couple hundred years.
Kitlek is going to quietly count out 250 gold and place it on the counter. Well, Cassie, do you feel like you're in one piece?
Barely. Not
Yeah,
quite
no,
too
you're
sure
gonna
that's
need
true.
a good recovery period, but I mean, who doesn't after open heart surgery, right? All right. For the most part, you seem clean. There are a few odd variables in there, odd systems that don't conform to anything. But if you are a prototype system, that's probably just standard testing equipment. One of them, when I poked it, gave me an ad for Arc Life constructs. You want me to disable that one? That one seems like it could be annoying.
Yes,
Yes, quite so.
it's
Okay,
not have
that
any
I can do.
internal pop-ups here.
You feel like a little wire just kind of go bing as it gets snipped in your just below your brain, and after a second you feel a little weird sliver as it is pulled out, and yeah, and they made it green. Disgusting. Okay, that's about as clean a bill of health as I can give you. There might still be some additional systems in there that Arc Life left, but the main kill switch is gone.
Is some relief. I guess, though you've given me other things to be concerned about.
Look,
I
if you
mean,
signed up to be a prototype, all you have to do is, 16 iterations. They probably have a cutoff of 20. That's reasonable.
well, I appreciate what you've done. I am thankful that you've jailbroken my friend Cassie, and we should make ourselves scarce. Oh, though I do have a question before we go. Where's
Mhm.
the new black market going to be set up?
He blinks at you. If you can't find it, you shouldn't go.
What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm using my connections to find it.
Yeah, and if we tell you, we get our tongues cut out, and then I'll have to go and die and come back to get it back.
Or you can get yourself a robot tongue. You seem to have the skill set.
He pauses at that. Make me a persuasion roll.
You can have a literal silver tongue.
It's 13.
You know, I have this neat little armor plating that you could add to your gun. 10 gold. You're gonna want that.
Why?
Oh, it's just cosmetic. It might lead you to new opportunities because it looks good.
Gilek looks at the one gun he has sitting in his holster. I think I'm good on that score. Don't worry about it.
He's giving you a look. Are you sure that you don't want to open new doors and new potential marketabilities?
Oh, fine, you've got me there. And Gilek's going to shell over the 10 gold as the realization slowly settles into Kitlak.
And he's going to take it, and hard to believe you were ever the savvy traders the legends say you were if you didn't get it that quickly. But yeah, here you go.
It's
Um,
been a long, very short day.
yeah, I bet. Oh, you should know. While you're probably safe in the market, uh, severing that wires always sends a signal to Arc Life, so they will be looking for you.
Gilek's going to look over at Cassie. The ship then? We go
I,
straight to the ship?
yeah,
The
yes,
ship.
we should
Oh, you're
make
safe
ourselves
here.
scarce.
The market is off bounds to them. They can't get in here.
Yes, and yet they will likely be waiting to intercept us outside the market unless we hurry.
So take one of the secret exits. Duh.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Just because you took the back entrance and you know where the front entrance is, I mean, there are literally half a dozen, and he uses air quotes, secret exits that you can take that lead to all over the plateau. Hell, most of them are your size, not for the bigger people. Did you not know this? It's a black market. Of course, we have many ways to escape.
I just have many worries about a multinational corporation and their resources when recovering a prototype that apparently they
What
want
about
bad enough to
multinational? They
kill.
exist here and only here.
I don't know about that. They seem to have a far reach.
Oh no, that's just because the owner used to be a dragon.
Right, see, I'm liking this less and less.
Eh,
Right,
dragons aren't hard.
so Cassie, tell me if this is a good idea. We go buy some weapons for the ship potentially, sneak out a secret exit, and then make our way back to the ship. Yes,
Yes, as quickly as possible.
quickly as possible.
Not quite feeling right now.
I can understand that. We are at time, by the way, just so
Yep,
you know.
yep, and that's fine. So we will not continue next week because Tyler is going on vacation. Do you think you'll be up
Woo!
to it the week after?
Probably. I believe I am back by then. Let me take a look. I gave you an answer on that one already, if memory serves, but
Yeah, I just want to confirm because you get back on the
yeah, on the
31st,
30th.
30th,
Yeah.
and then the 5th, August 5th. Yeah, that should be okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine on August 5th.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
hard to
Thank you
be.
for joining us, and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.